Hi there, this is Kristen Hampton, going to be your child's Essentials tutor this year. And I just want to go over the Essentials notebook here before we kind of get into tax-free week and all sorts of other things going on. There's some things in here that you really should have and I would deem kind of necessary. And then there's some other things that we've kind of put in. We're using ours as a whole language arts binder. So I'll kind of go into that a little bit here. This is a 2-inch binder, and we're pretty full already. So I think I'm probably going to recommend you even upgrade maybe to a 3-inch. And I do recommend the D-ring. It keeps everything in there nice, and it's easier to get in and out. The first thing I recommend you have is a pencil pouch with some wet erase. I don't have a cloth in there, but maybe a cloth and a couple highlighters. Here again, I don't have those in yet. I have a pencil sharpener, but we use mechanical pencils. And then this next page, this is in a sheet protector. This is a document I'm working on for you all that basically has everything that they do in Essentials each week, including the spelling and punctuation rules, all right there. And then on the back is the IEW portion of it, along with their assignments that are leveled off. And I will share this document with you later. I just have the first 6 weeks, and I'll probably just keep doing it at 6 weeks. It's a lot to take in at one time. I recommend you get a packet of these tabbed, they have the tab on them, split pockets. I have the Quid et Crow Trivium in this, if that's something you have, and I have this titled Essentials. On the back, I have it doing double duty for abbreviations, just real quick because it's facing the page of the analytical task sheet. This is something we're not going to touch until around week 3, but you should have it in there. Some people do multiple copies and then they keep the copies their kids just write on. You can use white erase. We can talk more about that later. The next page, this is just a regular pocket split. This doesn't have tabs on it, but I copied the first couple weeks of the editing exercises. These are towards the end of every lesson in your EEL guide that you'll have to photocopy if you choose to use them. This is Sam's second year sort of doing this. If you're a first year student and you don't want to do these right away, I would recommend you don't feel like you have to. Next, I have the grammar mastery chart. This here is page 395 in your EEL guide that you all got. I recommend copying it, and then every week you can go through and check the copying that your children did. Now we're going to go into a scaling. I'll talk more about that later. But it does get a little overwhelming when you get to some of these and there's like 6 charts and you're thinking there's no way I'll ever get my kid to do that. And we'll talk more about that later. But for right now, keep this in there so you can tell your kids, hey, time to work on your charts for 15 minutes. They know what they need to do. And then you have your charts. Mine is set up for lefty. So I have the blanks on the left. I have the filled in ones on the right. If your child's a righty, you want to flip that. This just allows her to not be writing into the bind of the book. So here's chart A. These are in the back of your book. I have mine colored on white. I will tell you white is really hard. It creates a lot of glare, so you may want to go with a softer color. Now I'm going to flip through all these charts. And over here we have the last. And the next tab I have on the split is the Student Resource Notebook. If you go into your history-based lessons, there's a link on there. You can download this offline. I do not download the whole book. Some people get it bound, some people don't. I chose to just put it into the binder so it's one thing I'm carrying. But then what I did do, you could put these all in sheet protectors. I just didn't want to spend the money. What I did do is I went in and I got these sticky Post-it note tabs. They kind of look like this. And then I just did stylistic techniques. Your child's going to need this when they start marking their papers. And then if we want to go to strong verbs, I have strong verbs, LY words, and these all have the header page at the beginning. And I only do, personally, I only print from page 5 to I believe 46. And here again, this is all stuff I can put in print to 46. Then I have another sliced folder. This is all their writing. Here's the writing schedule. You'll get a copy of this. Blank paper. And then what I did is for every week I have a sheet protector. And for the first 6 writings, and here again I'll give you all this at a later time, but for right now just put in a stack of I would recommend putting in a stack of sheet protectors. Here's lesson 2 and checklist. And what I'm going to ask, if they could, is if your child could just go through and do their checklist and turn it into me, just as a point of reference. Keeps them accountable, keeps you accountable. You can make me the bad guy. So these are just her checklists. And then if I go further, and last year we started around week 13. Here's her writing from last year. So it's all right there. So we'll kind of go over that. Now, that's what's required for Essentials, is that. I chose to add in these to use it as an entire language arts book. We have our spelling. We do all about spelling. And some blank paper for her spelling. And then I have another tab here called Reading Log, because I can't keep up with my child's reading, but it's all right there. She's looking at this binder every day, and it's something we can just go through all the tabs and knock them out. This last one is a portable wall. It basically has everything from the student resource notebook in one place that we can use in class if we need to. You don't have to have that. So that is the Essentials notebook broken down. I'm going to send this video to you with a list of what I recommend you have to set your child up for success. Here again, none of this is essentially required. However, if you want to set your kid up for success, and if you want to make it easy on you, this is what has been shared with me, what's shared online, and what Classical Conversations does recommend is this Essentials notebook to help keep your child organized. So I will be signing off. Thanks for watching for the last 7 minutes. Happy shopping.